If you're looking for a behind-the-scenes insight into music, you've come to the right place. Remember to subscribe to be notified of new content.
In 2016, I started this journey to finding out what goes on behind the music recorded and released by Australian singer-songwriters. I quickly learned of the struggles faced by many in this competitive industry. With the launch of ledofficial.com, I started supporting Aussie talent in promoting their music. It wasn't easy. The only guarantee I could offer my clients was that I would get the word out to media sources about their upcoming release. Some picked up community radio interviews, others gigs in live music venues. Many have told me they feel like a human jukebox when performing live, because the public seem more interested in hearing songs that they know rather than something new. 4 years later, I'm here with an independent insight into what happens behind the scenes.
This is Behind the Music with Ellie D.
Hey, I'm Pete.
And I'm Ruby, and we're President Street. Yeah, for us, a misconception about the industry is probably just how important having an introduction is to those gatekeepers in the industry, those connections, and having a team of cheerleaders around you to really help you break through.
Yeah, so obviously the recording and the releasing we treat as two separate processes. The recording process is obviously for us a much more creative process, and the real focus for us during that process is about creating a safe space. We want to make sure that we're happy and confident to come in and throw different ideas and to challenge what we're currently doing and challenge ourselves, and really, no such thing as a bad idea, and just create an environment where you have the confidence to really try and push the envelopes on what we want to do.
Yeah, and just have fun, no oversensitivity, no egos, just creativity. A lot of late nights as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, as for the releasing process, so much, right from artwork for the songs and albums, social media content.
Then there's the practical operational stuff like label copy and ISRCs and getting stuff done at APRA.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of mechanical processes. Lucky we've got a great team to help us do that. But that from a release process, our focus, I suppose, is primarily on trying to build some kind of social media profile around it, and to be available and answer interviews, and just be as out there as we can and as available as we can.
Yeah, so a lot of time, a lot of hard work.
Yeah, I think we tend to lean on each other quite a lot. At the end of the day, it's a very competitive space. There's lots of people doing things, and we need to continuously find that fire in our belly to keep going and get up and be creative and face social media and all that kind of stuff, and we tend to lean on each other a lot.
Yeah, all the natural ebbs and flows in our process and in our own moods as well, and reactions to everything that's going on. We generally tend to balance each other out, and if one of us is having an off day, the other one's there for support, and vice versa. So thankfully we've got each other, and it works pretty well for us.
As independent artists, I think every platform's pretty important for us, and we do try and give them all a lot of attention. And for us, it's all about trying to spread the word and find as many people who like our music as possible. In terms of existing fans, I suppose.
Yeah, it's only natural that social media is the most effective way to market to existing fans. So we've got I guess you would say slightly smaller but very loyal and dedicated following on our social media. So we've really enjoyed engaging with them and connecting with them, getting their feedback even on some of our creative processes, like which colour scheme in our latest music video that'll be coming out soon, and just all that sort of stuff. So it's been really good. We've been trying to put more effort into that because we tend to get absorbed by the more creative measures. That's what we do. But we really appreciate the fans that we have, and they've been amazing cheerleaders for us in growing our fan base as well, just by word of mouth, but also in terms of marketing to new fan bases.
Well, we've been lucky to get really nice support, particularly over in the UK, both in radio and the press over there, so that's been really helpful, and that support has got our names out there quite a lot, and so we are starting to pick up quite a few new supporters over there. So yeah, in terms of marketing, that avenues has proven pretty important to us. Really,
all channels are important. It's just for different purposes. Depends which one, really.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult at the moment. There's no venues open, so that's a thing. No, it's obviously for us the most important aspect of what we do, and we love going out and playing live. We were lucky enough to tour the UK a couple of times last year, and we actually had a tour booked for Japan in April, which got cancelled unfortunately because of COVID, and we're still currently booked to be in England in September, but that's not going to happen, I don't think either. Hopefully it gets pushed back to next year. So yeah, it is important. It's having the right team behind you certainly helps in terms of finding the right gigs. I mean, I have in previous bands been on tours that we spent a lot of effort and time and money going and travelling to places and playing to just a handful of people, and that can be quite a draining process. So I think for us the key now is we're really focused on trying to get the right kind of tour as well. And having the right team behind us has certainly helped in that regard. But
technology has helped as well, just paying attention to trying to record some of our live performances as well. Obviously any audience members recording as well, and having that out there is a wonderful thing too, but paying attention I think to recording some of your lives and then having that ultimately as proof when you're putting it forward to festival promoters and all of that sort of stuff. They can see what you can do, and I think that's probably also helped us continue to book live gigs as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
For us, being on commercial radio is really important. The natural evolution of President Street as it's been is we have moved from a bit more of a pop/rock sound into a bit more of a mainstream pop sound. That's been a reflection on the two of us being able to work more together for a lot of different reasons. So we've really been enjoying writing more of a pop sound. We both naturally have always loved pop music as well. So commercial radio is the place for pop music really, so it's definitely very important for us.
We should all support Australian music. It's obviously really important. There are a lot of amazingly talented Australian artists out there. There are a lot of voices and a lot of stories that need to be told and heard. And obviously without an industry those stories can't be told, and we think it's really valuable. And certainly I think internationally as well, people are very receptive to Australian artists, and it just goes to the fact that there are so many talented Australian artists
and that support as well, requesting on radio, purchasing, streaming music and all of that sort of stuff, buying merch, attending live performances, all of that, financially and practically helps Australian users to continue what they're doing. So super important to support Australian music.
Work with people that you like and trust and that you enjoy creating with. At the end of the day, it's a pretty difficult industry, and there's oftentimes you've got to challenge yourself and find the will to get out of bed and keep going. And I think having the right people with you on the journey is an important part of how you go about achieving that.
It makes it a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable as well. Takes a lot of the stress out of it when it's just a free-flowing energy between who you're working with. And otherwise I guess just putting yourself out there, as simple as that, just putting yourself out there to be seen, to be heard.
Want more? Check out the Behind the Music with LED podcast, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.